Hello friends, welcome back to PlayStation News, hoping you are doing great, and here are 5 gaming stories that you need to know. Starting with the new PlayStation Plus monthly games for Extra, Deluxe and Premium users in November. So starting November 5th and until December 2nd, you will be able to download Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged for PS4 and PS5, the sequel to the 2021 game now with over 130 vehicles to race, new mechanics and modes. Then Ghostwire Tokyo for PS5, the PS5 debut for Tango Gameworks, the original, where you must save Tokyo from supernatural forces banishing people. And last there's Death Note Killer Within for PS4 and PS5, launching day 1 on the service. It's a social deduction game like Among Us for up to 10 players. With that, this is the last chance to download the October games that includes WWE 2K24, Dead Space, and Doki Doki Literature Club. I think it's probably a fine lineup with Ghostwire Tokyo and Hot Wheels as well. We don't know how the Death Note game is gonna turn out. In my case, it's not because I already have Ghostwire Tokyo on my backlog, but I may be checking the Hot Wheels game. I'm not that interested into Death Note, but we'll see. Now, what do you think about this month's lineup? Let me know in the comments or look out for the poll in the community tab later today. Next, there's a bunch of news stories on the PS5 Pro, including some leaked photos, new games, and confirmation on the PS5 covers. As with everything these days, someone already had the console 1 week before release, and Genki JPN shared the photos on Twitter. So as you can see, the box is the same size as the PS5 Slim, but it's black similar to the digital version of the original PS5, and it also lacks the controller in the front. There was another photo leak shared by Twitter user Subitech, but this one is for the new physical covers now with the PS5 Pro Enhanced label to announce that the game has upgraded options. The label does note that these features vary by game, and you also require an internet connection to download the Pro patch, at least for this game here. Now the bad news is related to the PS5 covers, and is the fact that the PS5 Slim covers are not compatible with the PS5 Pro. There was another user on the PlayStation subreddit that shared some photos of them trying the PS5 Slim covers on the PS5 Pro, and while the back plates fit on the PS5 Pro, the front ones don't fit even if they are the same size, because like the small teeth that make them put in place are not in the same position. This was something that was already rumored, given that Sony said in the blog that they would be releasing new covers for the PS5 Pro. Sony had also shared an image on their Japanese website where they explained that only the disc reader and vertical stand are compatible across PS5 Slim and PS5 Pro. Now I don't know why they haven't shared this on the other regions, but it's something to have in mind if you are getting the console. So the PS5 Pro is almost here, it launches next week, and the enhanced game list continues to grow and now features 84 games. The most recent to join is Lords of the Fallen, as CI Games and Hexworks shared the upgrade details in a new press release. They said, and I quote, "The PS5 Pro version of Lords of the Fallen allows players to experience the game with 40% increase in pixel density over the base PS5 console, resulting in a sharper image and finer details. Performance mode delivers rich visual detail at 4K 60 upscale from 1440p, with a fluid 60 frames per second, sharper distant details, and refined textures on character and environments. For those prioritizing visual fidelity, quality mode runs at native 4K 30, showcasing intricate visuals across the dual realms of Axiom and Umbral at a stable 30 FPS. So just like many of the other games that have announced Pro patches already, you still get two modes, one running at 30 FPS and the other at 60 FPS. We continue with more on the PS5 Pro, but now with an interesting claim that PSSR may be more important than a better GPU on the new console. This was Dying Light franchise director Timon Smektala in an interview with Gaming Ball. First, he talked about what kind of upgrades people can expect in the upcoming Dying Light the Beast. He said, and I quote, "We are just starting to discover the new capabilities of PS5 Pro, but it's already exciting as it gives us a lot more flexibility with graphics and performance. The boost in GPU will allow us to push visual fidelity, especially with complex environmental details like weather effects, which are very core to Dying Light the Beast experience. This kind of power also means generally smoother gameplay at higher resolutions, and that's something very important for a game like ours, where the highest level of immersion is of utmost importance." Then he mentioned that PSSR may be the key feature in Sony's console in the long run. He said, and I quote, "Sony's PSSR is a substantial push for the super sampling tech that other companies are experimenting with. It's a great initiative, as in the future this can allow developers to focus slightly less on performance and have bigger creative liberty. If what Sony is proposing will become a new standard, then PSSR could potentially turn out to be more important than the direct increase in GPU power that the console delivers. This is something that we have heard previously from Digital Foundry analysis, where they praise the overall image quality of a game, even if the base resolution doesn't get a big upgrade. Now, what do you think about all of this news for the PS5 Pro? Sound off in the comments. Next, it seems that Monster Hunter Wilds may be making a case for the PS5 Pro, and that's according to a hands-on with the beta by Pushquare. They plainly said that the resolution in performance mode is one of the worst that they have seen for a game on a standard PS5, with the Heron characters looking like fuzzy and textures kind of obscure because of the bad image quality. Now, the positive is that the frame rate feels fine, but it's also not stable. Playing on resolution mode improves the image quality, but locking everything at 30 FPS, and as they say, that's not optimal for a game like this. Now, they do know that there's a 120Hz mode that may fix things with VRR, plus the fact that this is a beta and Capcom has plenty of time to fix this before the game's release. I haven't tried the beta yet, I'm not into Monster Hunter that much, but I still want to check it out maybe over the weekend. Now, I do believe that the issue could also be the Resident Evil engine that is not optimized for open world games, as we also saw similar issues with Dragon's Dogma at the beginning of the year. We'll see if this is a case where Capcom can improve the game before February 28, or if games are going to start asking for better hardware. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. We also have a story about Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed, as the publisher is confident in releasing Shadows on time. Now, this was part of an earnings call this week where there was a question if the game was going to get further delayed. To that, company's CFO Frederick Duguet replied that the game is feature complete and the delay was mostly to deliver an impeccable experience on day one and avoid the issues that Star Wars Outlaws had at launch. He said, and I quote, "We have a good visibility for the game to come on time and with great quality." Now, Assassin's Creed Shadows could be the beginning of Ubisoft putting all of the eggs on the Assassin's Creed basket to solve their financial problems, and that's because we have a new rumor from reliable insider Tom Henderson, who says that the French publisher has big plans for the series. But you may be wondering how big. Well, how about a game every 6 months? So on the Xbox 2 podcast, Henderson said, and I quote, "They've got Assassin's Creed Shadows, they also got Assassin's Creed Invictus next year, Assassin's Creed Hexa, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake, and they plan to do a new Assassin's Creed every 6 months or so for the next 10 years, I believe." Now, even if they have this many Assassin's Creed games in the pipeline, it doesn't mean that they will get to do this, because things can always get delayed, but it seems that these games are getting lined up close to each other. Henderson also said that they have a strong lineup with their other games as well, not only Assassin's Creed, including a new Ghost Recon, Far Cry 7, the new Rayman game, and also a Far Cry extraction shooter. Now, do you think all of these Assassin's Creed games can turn things around for Ubisoft? Place your bets in the comments. And there you go, that's all of the news that I have for you today. Let me know what you think about any of them in the comments below. And also remember that you can find all of the sources in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more PlayStation news videos like this. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.